Hello Mzansi, it is me, Tumi Chumi Muhwai, and thank you for joining me for another edition of our Afternoon Express Cook-Along. It's a new year and everyone is happy to have made it out of 2020. And what better way to enjoy this New Year's festivities than by cooking up a storm with your everyday ingredients. Today we are out in Maboneng Precinct getting ready to cook along with the amazing chef, businesswoman and author Ntabiseng Ramaboa, more affectionately known as Chef Nti. Hello, my darling.
Hello, Tommy.
How are you doing?
Very excited to have you in the kitchen.
Before we go into too much detail, I want you to tell us what is on the menu today.
Oh, now I wanted to start first. Happy, happy, happy. I gotta get you happy. So we're in the kitchen. I'm a little obsessed with cooking special meals using everyday ingredients. So today we are making 4 recipes.
Okay.
We're starting first with a recipe that uses an ingredient that I think most probably unites us as a country, maize meal, you know?
Right.
So we are making croquettes. We are borrowing from the French. We are making croquettes, bab croquettes, stuffed with spinach and feta. And the other 3 recipes, again, everyday ingredients. We are making boerewors shakshuka. That is a breakfast option, but it can also work for lunch or even, you know, dinner. And then we're doing southern fried chicken, because we love our southern fried chicken now.
Very much.
And lastly, jollof. We're taking it to the continent. The recipe I got from a female chef friend of mine from Nigeria, Chef Tian, and it is just super delicious and so easy to make.
And for all the recipe details, guys, do go on to afternoonexpress.co.za, but we're gonna get cooking right now. Madam, you mentioned hore, everyday ingredients. I see here we've got spinach, we've got pap, we've got onions, red peppers. Everyone must have this in their pantry or fridge right now, right?
In January, we are working with little. And we know that this definitely, I mean, if you don't have cheese, this recipe still works perfectly.
Perfect.
We had a vegetable garden, and my gogo had spinach, a lot of spinach. So we used to have spinach at least 3 times a week.
I get you.
Yeah, but then just the same way, you know, when she uses it up with like a peanut butter, maybe lima zambani. But then I just thought, you know, why not play around with some delicious recipes? I like that you are starting already with chopping the spinach. Some delicious recipes using spinach. Papa, lemurrojo, but we're giving it a modern twist. So we're going to start obviously by chopping our spinach. We're gonna chop onion as well. The bab croquettes would look like, croquettes are these like ball things. Traditionally, they make them with mashed potato. So they're crispy on the outside, they're deep fried. When you take a bite, it's, you know, that crunch and nice and soft on the inside. And we're going to serve them because you need something to dip them with. Yeah, so dip them in. So we're making a sauce using red pepper. We're going to roast it. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Right? I also like quick wins. Like this is one of the easiest. Fry a morojo, make pap, and then you are done.
That makes so much sense. Like you said, it is January. So this is also a very economical dish.
100%.
Very much.
I'm the queen of economical recipes. And the reason for that for me, Dumi, I grew up in Soweto. And my reality is I grew up around, you know, families that are working with very little. And COVID, especially in our pockets, you know, 2020 was rough, guys. So I just love the idea of just making special meals using budget, if you like. But you don't feel like whether the budget recipes, you know, when you present them. And I have a lot of those actually in my cookbook as well.
I can't wait to have a look at it. But South Africa, I'm sure you are all curious. I'm talking about Chef Nti. I'm talking about her being an author, a chef, a businesswoman. Who is Chef Nti? If people want to know exactly who Nti ke mang, who is she? Please fill us in.
Nti ke Queen Ntabiseng. I'm coming back to the Queen. What's her? Queen Ntabiseng Nti Ramaboa. So Queen is actually my name. I was named from my father's side, Ban Reile Queen. Apparently when I was born, my gogo, my kokwan, unchebile never, oh, this one is a queen. So guys, recognize. And then Nti is the name of my sister. My sisters, people assume that it's short for Ntabiseng, but it's not. Soweto. I grew up in Soweto. I was born and raised there. Everyone knows Nti. No one knows Ntabiseng. Yeah, so I'm from a family of 3. I have one older sister, younger brother. I've always cooked. I mean, I was always one of those kids in the kitchen. Now, initially it started as a chore, I get, because, you know, we didn't have help.
Don't remind me.
I would always be, I think that could be enough.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, let's get into the onion. So I was always that one that was happy to assist in the kitchen, and then my sister would do other chores. But at 13, I was already a designated chef.
They knew Nti is not the same as anyone else in this house.
And then when my sister cooks, oh, I hope she doesn't get mad. Then what
she direct translation is, if you didn't want to cook, you should have just said.
Yeah, because the food is either, I mean, this is what I remember, but the food would either be too salty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I think she didn't enjoy cooking as a chore.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I loved it because I grew up with my gogo. We had our gogo, my mom would work, so our gogo would look after us. And I watched her express love with food.
I think we're ready now because I've got all my ingredients together here. I've got my onions that are chopped, my spinach.
And I'll make my way with the coriander, ground coriander, garlic, and our feta.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it.
Meal. Okay, so onion has been cooking for a few minutes. It's nice and translucent. Now we add in half the garlic, not all of it. We want to cook that until it's nice and fragrant, and then add our spinach.
Okay, perfect. And obviously, Khanaja, we're using Swiss chard spinach. You could use baby spinach,
anything. And while you add the spinach, my water is also ready.
Perfect.
For my maize meal.
Which is something very important that I think most people don't know. How it's important to boil the water.
Very important.
I've heard of some people that actually like just make it hot, not like super hot. It has to be like hot, hot, hot.
Oh no, the way I was trained at home, boil the thing. Like boil your water, add salt. Please pass me some of the salt. Just need to, a little bit, pinch. And
I'm also going to add a bit of salt here because I think our spinach is practically almost there. Because that's another thing about it. It's such an amazing ingredient in recipes that it doesn't take forever. If you cook it, we've cut it down very thinly. So once you cook it for about a minute or 3, then it should be, not even a minute, guys, I'm lying. Not a minute, but let's say 3 to 5 minutes. It should be cooked fine. If you want it softer, then you can leave it on for much longer. But I like the crunch at day.
I think let's definitely keep the crunch.
Yeah.
I'm definitely there for the crunch because remember, we want that whole experience in the palate when you take a bite, crunch on the outside, soft with the pap, and then another crunch from the spinach. I want my pap not stiff, but medium consistency. Okay. So I don't want it loose.
Yes.
Not too loose, Okay. But not too loose because when it's too loose, it's hard to mold. Yeah. So when we make this one, you want to make sure that you get it a bit medium and workable consistency.
I think then we're almost done because your pap is almost done. Luckily, we did make some earlier and we've also got the spinach mixture that we made earlier. So we can actually start rolling them and frying them.
Fabulous.
Awesome.
Okay.
So what do we do now?
Okay, so I'm going to mold these into balls. I want to show you how to do that. While I do that, I think maybe we should also get going with our sauce.
Okay, perfect.
So we're going to make the red pepper sauce. All I need is just for you to just oil the peppers.
Okay.
We're going to put them in the oven and cook them at 180. It's already preheating for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And when they come out, we'll take them to the stove. I already made one in advance, but I just want to tell you how I did it.
Awesome.
Queen of making in advance. So when they come out, we take onion, garlic, a bit of coriander, ground coriander, and just fry those. Obviously, they come out of the oven. As they come out of the oven, I put them in a plastic bag so that they sweat, so it's easy for me to peel them. So I'm going to take the skin off and then de-seed the peppers, chop them, and fry them with onion, garlic, and coriander. Fry them for about 5 minutes because they're already cooked, just for the flavors to come together. And then take it into a blitz machine, food processor, blitz it into a smooth consistency, and we have a sauce.
Awesome.
Just like this.
Okay, great. Let me put these in the oven so long.
Fabulous. I'm already just stuffing my croquettes. So when I do this, I always like to use as little stuffing as possible because the more stuffing you put in the pap, then it breaks.
True.
Yeah, so It's one of those recipes you can make when you have literally very little left and people won't even know because you made something super special.
And it actually goes a long way, right? And you've done that.
So you mold it. I want to show you. The thing I love about pap is that it's such a beautiful ingredient to work with because look at this. I have a few there ready and they are coated in breadcrumbs.
Okay. Awesome. So we're going to fry it up now, dish it up, and we're done.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, Chef. We've got everything together now, and you're about to plate it up for us.
Very excited. This is a modern take to ipapa le morogo.
This is another way to make something economical, very luxurious. Okay.
Obviously, you want to make it seem a little special.
People mustn't know that kipapa. They must just open it up and be like, I cannot believe.
Oh my gosh, what is this? Wow. Imagine your chomi visiting you kadi 18 or 19th of January.
Imagine.
When you are there with your fancy little things.
Doing the
because January for who?
Well, that's the end of the first part of our cook-along. And if you want to keep cooking with us, do make sure you go to afternoonexpress.co.za. But catch us again after these.